Right. Now, I'm talking about the sort of thing you can do with these little vignettes. In Rachel's book, she's got a number of, these are watercolors that she's done, which I know you can't. Yeah. I'll have to show you later on Zoom, right? So I'm sorry about the people on Zoom. We'll come to you in a minute. Just this little thing. Now, some of these were painted a lot bigger than this. And when you reduce them in size, they knit together very well. And they're just simple 10-minute watercolors that she's done of various things to bring the people who are doing the work into the story, which is basically what it's about, as well as some of the things that they found. So what I'm trying to say is, if you find that one of the ones you do is particularly good, for whatever reason, they make excellent Christmas cards. You can get it reduced and printed, and small and publicity don't show, and the whole thing is integrated and comes together much better. And it's amazing what you can do in 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a long time, surprisingly enough, much longer than you think it is. So it's worth considering that. And the book, of course, but that's another story, isn't it? I'll put that there for the time being. Right, now what I've done is, we'll show the online people afterwards, Rachel. No, I mean the pictures in the book. To the video. To the video, right. Now, this is just a little ornament that I brought along to paint. If I hold it that way, you'll see what I have in mind to do. The reason I brought it was because it's got white flowers. And what do you do with a white flower when you're trying to paint it, you know? Especially if that is all you've got. You're not showing the back and all the rest of it. Right. So, and the other thing is, when you're painting something in a pot like that, you do not paint the pot first. That's the way of disaster. The pot is an afterthought. It's the things in the pot which are important. So you start with the flower or the thing that is the thing that is attracting you. So when you go around here, choose the bit of the picture that you really, really would like to manage to get down, and do that bit first, and then grow it out from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. Clear your head, girl. Right. So that's the video. What I should have done was wet all the paints first, and I would have had no problem. The other thing is to use the biggest brush you dare. I have brought a little one here to do little things if I get around to doing them. But if you use the big, if you're using your brush properly, it should have a nice point. Especially as you're pulling it out of the paint, you twist it so that you actually get the point. This is not pointing. What's the matter with it? Oh, there we are. Right, now I'm going to add a bit of, you've got time to mix paint, 10 minutes, you know. So yeah. Mix the paint. Yeah, well, some people have. Right, now then, we've got round about here, we've got a leaf shape. Now I'm using the whole of the brush to create the shape. And there's a sliver there. And if I add a bit more round to that, there's just a little pointy thing here. Settle it is. That wasn't very pointy. Again, you see, it doesn't matter that it's not very pointy, it's there. No, nobody knows how pointy it is. They're, not involved with the thing. Right, I think that's probably all right. This is very dark in here. That's good. And then over here, we've got something that's sort of vaguely maroon, which I can't see clearly because I haven't got my glasses on. But I'm going to use alizarin crimson. At least I think that's alizarin crimson. It's a handicap not being able to see.
Your glasses.
No, they don't work.
Don't work.
Those glasses are the distance. And if I wear my near glasses, they're no good either because anyway, whatever. So if I'm going to, I want it really dark over here. There's a shadow. I don't know what it is. What is it? I think it's a leaf. So we'll put the leaf in here. Right, and then there's a sort of dotty thing here. I'll put 2 dots in to suggest the dots. And if you go near but not touch the paint, the wet paint you've got down, it's not going to run into it. And if it does, it doesn't matter. No, not it matters. Right, now then, I've got something coming out the top, which is partly green. I'm going to add a bit of yellow to that green. It's out here. So I'm painting. Again, use the body of the brush if you can. That's why I said use a big brush. Because you can. So these down here. Now, I want to suggest that here there is a bit of a white flower. So I think I use. This is just a very weak wash of a purple color, just to say this is a bit of background to show you that there's a white thing in front of it. So you don't need to do the whole background. I just need to do the bit around here. There's a just to show you the beginning of a flower here. And then you can use the same color to just put the shadows in that pertain to the thing itself. And the same thing happens over here. There, between here, there is also a white flower. All I'm doing is putting a background in that place. Say there's something white there. And while we're at it, I don't normally go through the box and use every colour in it, but I am at the moment because it's just a bit quicker, you know, get the colour that you want. These bobs. Pardon? You want me to talk? Sorry, well, I'm just putting little bobs on for purposes and then showing them up. And I can use this paint, this dark paint, just to put in some dark at the bottom of the. All right, let's do it this way then. Oh, come on. Suggest some dark at the bottom of the little berries because that's hanging down like that. And why we've got. So how am I going to do the glass? Well, what can I see there? I can see some of the stems down. And they are refracted by the water, so that's going to be interesting. There. Quite a thick. And then if I use that a bit paler, sort of, oh, that's far too thick. It's not blue enough. Down here, it's just quite thick. And then it comes to here, and that's and then we've got a water line. For some reason the water line is green. Let's show you the bar. And these are reflected, so they're not like the same shape as. And then we can put in the shadow at the bottom. And it's going forward like this. And because it's a contact shadow, it needs to be a bit stronger. Are we doing for time, Rachel? Right, there we are. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's there. Oof, right, that's a bit much. It's a bit sudden. Yeah, not what I expected. Now, if you've got more time, you know, if you're a bit faster than me.
Lose the goalpost now.
No, that is true. But if you have more time, you can start to put in the veins and whatever. If you've got this down, you can go back to and work on it. It's not, you know, put the file in and work on the veins. Interesting things like these up here have got sort of orange, purple tones in some of the leaves. Just at the edges, they're basically green with little bits on. Right, and I think my background could have been a bit stronger, and it's all going to run wonderfully, but it just gives you some idea of what you can what you can do. It's not brilliant. It's not the most wonderful thing I've ever done. But I've got something down. And if you are on holiday and you get something down like that, for instance, I can find it. This is one of my holiday books. The Kelpies. See, it's not brilliant, but every time I see it, I remember that holiday. The Kelpies. Sorry, the Kelpies. The Kelpies. And that's not brilliant. And you can see what that is. Bottles. Because I was doing sketches. Right, that's a drawing I did in the Gare de Lyon. See, and I remember the holiday, and I remember we had lunch there, and we had a nice lunch there, if I remember it. And we were talking to some Aussie people who sat beside us in the same cafe. Yeah, and all these things I remember because of that. If I'd taken a photograph, it wouldn't have meant a thing, because I wouldn't remember. You take so many. That's Annecy. That's Annecy. Experimenting with new media. Total disaster. Okay, you know, life goes on. That's a sketching Annecy too. I was relatively pleased with that. Yeah. And then we've got, what else have we got in here? That was somebody on the course with Hazel Soane. This isn't Hazel, this is one of the course members who was sitting beside me. And I did a sketch of her while she was painting, which, because I'd finished disaster what I disastered. That's a holiday I had with some friends of ours, and this was in the house that we the B&B. So I remember that holiday and all the fun we had there because of that. We were in Marlborough and like, that kind of thing. That is well, so well that's it. It's only a little book. That's a canal we were on, canal trip. So sorry, this is there. So it's just a reminder, a holiday, not snapshots, but holiday things that you've done. And because you've spent the time, for 10 minutes or whatever, painting it stays in your memory as a happy time. And you remember all kinds of other things that happened about it. So instead of getting your camera out, paints out and have a go. It does make a difference to what you remember about your holiday. And I have to tell you, the older you get, the less you remember. So it's good to have a record. Okay, so that's basically what I want you to do. Just go and have a go. And if it's a disaster, it doesn't matter because it's only a piece of paper. Have a go at the next one. And if you keep on doing that, you will improve and then you'll have more to show.